Hey guys, Shadylikeatree here, and welcome into something new that I'm going to be trying for today. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite pops from 2016, ones that were released according to PPG in 2016. I have 5 honorable mentions and then a top 5 that I've sort of ordered. This kind of piggybacks off of Funko's video that they did with their 2 kind of main mouthpieces, or Cam and Yoko, who are you know, kind of the faces of the community, if you will. So I thought I would kind of do a similar thing. I'm going to put them behind me here. I'm going to put my bottom 5 here, you know, my honorable mentions, and I'll take those down, and then we'll talk about the 5 I've got picked that are my top 5 favorites that I have. So in no particular order, we'll just do the honorable mentions kind of to start it off. One of my favorite ones, and one that I'm glad I really got this year, was the Unhooded and Unmasked Spider-Gwen from Hot Topic. This pop is really nice. It kind of captures not only her uniform, but the character and Gwen herself, which in that universe is why we tuned in for the comics, and why we read them, because it was a good character and a fun character. So I like how it looks. I think it's true to the comics a little bit, but it also has that same kind of Funko sort of ness to it that makes it uniform, but also makes it stand out on its own, and it's just a really good looking pop. The next honorable mention is a pop that I'm really glad they make. It took me a long time to be able to grab one, but it's Hot Topic again. It's Falcon from Civil War. He's one of my favorite characters in the comics. I love how Anthony Mackie portrays him in the movies. Falcon, as we know, eventually becomes Captain America. He's a good sidekick, best friend, if you will, to some degree. It's a heavier pop, it's a different designed pop, and it's even turned slightly, kind of like some of the others that come out, like Max Rebo and others like that. But I just think he's it's sort of a non-action-y action pose, which I do like, so definitely Falcon is an honorable mention. It would have made the list if not for some of the others. I guess my next kind of choice is Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I love how detailed her pop is. It's outstanding. The one that I have, this particular one, has really good detailing. It's really clean, really nice, and I'm a sucker for a girl with pink hair or purple hair. So her hair is awesome, and it's got her messenger bag, and it's just a different pop, and I just like it. It's really detailed, and I like it a lot. Love the movie, big fan. Moving right along, my next honorable mention is Jayla from Star Trek Beyond. I really loved her character in the game. Kind of had a huge crush on her in the movie, and I just think the pop, again, same with some of these others, it's just really well detailed, really well done, and I just think it kind of suits her, to be honest. And I couldn't be happier with how it looks, and it was just one of my favorites because she was so good in the movie, and she's just a great pop to have. And then my last honorable mention before we move on to the top 5 that I have chosen from the year that are my favorites, we have the first and only, I believe, exclusive to one of the boxes, but we have Action Pose Spider-Man here. Action Pose Spider-Man, I think, is by far my favorite one of the Spider-Man that I have. I have several different ones. Shooting the web at you, it was just a really cool pop, and I was really excited when I saw this in the box. It's bright, it's detailed, it's exactly what Spider-Man should be, and I couldn't be happier that this was one of the ones they chose to give us for that crate, because it is fantastic. And now moving right along, without any further ado, I have my top 5. Now these I did think about and kind of order them in a way that I thought was kind of how I wanted it. So let's just start with number 5. And number 5 is a pop that I really wanted for a long time. It's maybe not exactly as how I had drawn it up when I talked about it, because I had talked about doing this pop forever. But it's Clark Kent. And my design would have been a little different. I would have made him less Superman with the shirt. I would have made him more Clark Kent the reporter with the camera, maybe the notepad. But I do like the look. It's very true to the original sense of the character back when journalists wore suits and, hats like he's got here. This is an older school, I think, Clark Kent, maybe from the 50s or 60s, or even, maybe a little later into the 80s. But I definitely think it still leaves room for quote, blogger Clark Kent, which is what my design was called. But I do like how it looks, how detailed it was. When I saw this pop, I was like, I have to have this. So I definitely Definitely am glad I have this one. This is number 5 on my favorites of 2016. Number 4 is one that should come as no surprise because it took me a while to find one that I was happy with the condition with. I ordered one through the web portal for it, but it came kind of damaged, so I ended up trading that one away to someone who really wanted one but didn't care about box, and then used the money to buy this. GameStop Power Up Rewards exclusive dog meat is my number 4 choice. Dogmeat was one of my favorite characters in Fallout 4. Piper's not out yet, otherwise she would have certainly taken this spot on the list, but Dogmeat was a great companion, and Flocked Dogmeat was even more nice. I just like the way it looks. It looks like a real animal, and you know, he was designed well. He was very simple with his handkerchief and his glasses, but at the end of the day, Dogmeat, still a pretty cool dog. Moving right along to pop number 3, favorite pop number 3. This one's an easy choice for me. If any of you know me, as I talked about with Ramona and Flowers, I have a thing for girls with multicolored hair. And when I saw this pop come out, I immediately went that day. I called Hot Topic and was like, "Hey, do you have the Harley Quinns in?" And sure enough, I picked up this. It's just the New 52 comics are my favorites. I like how all the designs changed and how different they are in New 52, but I think Harley's is the best. It's the one like the movie. I don't like the movie as pop as much because I think they made her a little too seductive and kind of strayed away from the comics a little bit too far. I think this is a little bit more kind of spot on with what I'm looking for, and I just love the detail. I love just how it looks and kind of all the things they equipped her with, and it's perfect Harley Quinn, and I'm so happy I got this pop this year, and it's a great display piece. It's one of the ones I keep on my shelf. Moving along, pop number 2, I talk about girls having multicolored hair. She's not one of them, but this was a pop that I wanted pretty much since this line came out. I'm like, why are you not doing this? And this is Agent Daisy Johnson / Quake. Chloe Bennett is amazing. She's a great actress. This pop again with all the pops this year, they're all super detailed, super well nice. They got her hand up like she's using her powers, and it's just outstanding. It's just really, really good. And you know, again, it's the detail, the attention to detail with her utility belt. But it's also the character and then the actress who portrays the character on TV that kind of draws me to this pop, because if I didn't have any connection to this character, I wouldn't want this. So it's the connection to the character and how well the pop's designed that kind of factored into this decision, and I love Chloe Bennett, so that's all I gotta say about that. And lastly, this last pop, the number 1 pop of 2016, is my favorite character of 2016. My favorite moment of 2016, a moment that I use the GIF of pretty much every day, if not multiple times a day. But without further ado, my number 1 pop of 2016 is Thumbs Up BB-8. I love the movie, I love this moment, and I was like, they've got to do that moment, and sure enough they did. It's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. The pop is just, honestly, it's perfect. It really is perfect. It's detailed, it's got the flame, it looks good. All in all, I'm just super excited, super happy that I've got it, and I couldn't ask for a better representation of one of my favorite moments in one of my favorite movies. So definitely loving BB-8, the thumbs up pop. So those are my favorite pops of 2016. I'll be curious down below to see what you guys think are your favorites from 2016, or really any. I know early on in 2017, Lara Croft's pop that just came out is one of my favorites so far. But we'll see what the whole year has to in store, because we're only a couple weeks in, and hopefully there's a lot more really great stuff coming out. So take care, guys. DFTBA, remember the Alamo. I'll see you next time.